Welcome to another amazing and spectacular Death Stranding discussion. So, we are trying to talk about the story now. We are jumping into the story, full story income. With that in mind, full story spoilers warning. Not many gameplay elements, actually gameplay spoilers, but technically there will be. In essence, just expect them. But overall, mainly we're going into story spoilers. And that's why I'm saying, keep that in mind. Full story spoilers. You have been warned that spoilers for this game, if you haven't played the game to completion yet, it's not worth watching this video. Simple as that. If you have not completed the story, do not watch my videos talking about the story. It just makes sense. And previously, we've gone into some stuff in the databank, which we will get back to. There are some stuff. There's still some enemies we need to talk about. And there is also just some other stuff in general we need to talk about. There's like distribution centers and different things that have story, relevance that are interesting to look at. But overall, we did already cover kind of the most important stuff that is like story related. We pretty much covered like the big stuff, other than obviously people. People is a section that's very long. It has a lot of people in it, and there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot of people in there, and it includes not only every single character that's regular character, but also every single distribution and all those different preppers. It also shows them and their stories, right? So that's something where we just have to get back to that at another time. And I want to start with the actual story. So yeah, that's what this video is. We're continuing this Death Stranding discussion, trying to discover the lore of Death Stranding 2 in particular, and tell it to you all in an easy to understand format, so you don't have to go read the corpus yourself, and you don't have to go just go do it yourself. You can just play the game and you don't have to, because not everyone wants to read the corpus or read all this intricate stuff, or maybe they just don't understand, but they don't want to dig deep, and they'd rather just be like, all right, let me just watch a quick video real quick. I got you. That's what I'm here for. All right. In fact, I got a lot of videos, and the reason I have a lot of videos is because we're discussing so many intricate parts, not just an overview. I want you to fully understand, right? So we're discussing every intricate part, and that's very important. So we're going to be reading before we get to the actual people, like I was saying. I think it's best to actually go to, cover the story, the actual story first, so we can talk about how afterwards the people relate to the story. So we should first talk about the actual main story. And since I finished the story, I have all the corpus things for that. There's also order details. We might get into order details, but for now, as we're in the story section, there's a lot of orders, and not all of them relate to the main story. They're just like orders that we do. I might get into those later on, but for now, we're going to just go into the actual story, and then sometimes there is linked to the story. There's an order linked to that main story, so that in that case, we'll talk about the main order from that. So yeah, that's what I mean. Because there's a lot of orders. There's 62 orders, but not every one of them is linked to a specific main story element, because there's only 20 of the entries for main story. So sometimes when I click on some of these, it like links to a order detail that directly relates to it. So first we have Off the Grid. This is the beginning of the game. It should be chapter 1. Yeah, and it's pretty simple. After connecting North America, Sam and Lou leave the UCA. In an attempt to evade the UCA's attention, they decide to live in hiding on the border with the former Mexico, where Sam works as a freelance porter. Having completed an order outside of the Cairo network, it's time for Sam and Lou to return home. That's literally the exact start of the game. That's like how we start. It's not like after he comes home. It's like this is before they even start. So then we have bringing the research lab online. Sam and Lou have been living a quiet and reclusive life close to the Mexican border. As was said, one day Fragile pays a visit and asks Sam to connect all of Mexico, including Dead Man's research lab, to the Cairo network. He successfully connects Ciudad Nudo del Norte which I think that's how it's supposed to be said. Ciudad Nudo del Norte, in quotation marks, C1. I think that's how you say it. Honestly, I might be wrong. I might be just horrible at that, but I'm trying. And Villa Libre, the C1 South Distribution Center, and finally the research lab to the network. So basically this is just, I like this because really I'm going back because it's been a while since I played the first part of the game. It's been a little bit, so for me, I'm just like reliving like, oh yeah, that's what happened. Because you forget about when you're like in the late game and you're not doing a lot of story, you're just building up roads or something. You forget what happened at the beginning and how it all came to be sometimes, Those small little things where she came in and there's like funny little moment where if you say like no to going with her or whatever, or like doing what she wanted to do, which was go to Australia and connect. If you just said no, I'm not gonna help you, then it would just do this meme of like keep restarting until you said so. Just say yes. And this actually links, this one, bringing the research lab online, links to a corpus entry about an order. And the order says, your next destination is a former geophysics research lab in southern Mexico. The final location, Fragile requested you to connect to the Cairo network. The lab conducts research into BTs, and they have agreed to perform tests on prototype MP bullets developed at the C1 South Distribution Center. It is hoped that this new iteration of MP bullets will prove effective against BTs. If they are determined to be viable, Cairo printers can be used to mass produce them. This is a risky order, however. Gatequakes are known to occur in the area, and BTs may appear in ruins near the research lab, potentially causing voidouts. Fortunately, the Cairo density gauges that Sam delivered to the distribution center means, or is that gauges or gauges? I'm going to say gauges. The Cairo density gauges that Sam delivered to the distribution center means it's possible to identify the areas in which BTs may appear. Eliminate the BTs in the ruins and deliver the prototype MP bullets to the former geophysics research lab. Okay. The biggest, because this is why I don't like the orders so much, because they're more gameplay and just kind of simple, but it does give context on this for sure. And I do like that it's talking about, we're going to make, new bullets that are going to help against BTs. And he said that it's possible to identify the areas in which BTs may appear. Wow. So yeah, that was related to story stuff. Then we have the defense of the research lab. And by the way, the first picture was just an image of Sam looking over, a thing. He's like being at the beginning of the game, like the first scene, looking over those big hills. Second one was just him giving Fragile's holding Lou, and he's putting into Fragile's hand. I forgot what that is that he's giving to her, but it's something. I honestly forgot what that is. And then the third one is Dead Man, and the scene where he's talking, he has like a map on the table that he's talking about. So the defense of the research lab, Sam agreed to connect Mexico to the Cairo network on Fragile's request, and succeeded in bringing Deadman's research lab online. In the lab, Sam watches a recorded message from Deadman, in which he learns that there's a mysterious creature called a plague gate nearby that connects Mexico to Australia. Sam defeats the giant BT that appears, and watches the remainder of Deadman's message, which strongly reveals that there is another BB with the same serial number as Lou, BB28, and that Deadman has actually died and gone to his beach. A lot of information. Deadman just dies. Bye-bye. He's now a real dead man. Dead man is a dead man. And BB is not alone. BB is not the only BB that has the same BB name. BB28. Yeah, that's it. Bound doesn't connect to any actual mission. Then we have Homeward Bound, which is after the fight, it looks like. Where we have just this scene where Deadman is giving Sam a BB pod that's like a gift type of thing. It's like a fake BB pod, and he said, "Oh, keep that with you," and then he's gonna go back and see Fragile and Lou. Sam watches a recorded message from Deadman, in which he learns that there's a mysterious creature called a plate gate nearby that connects Mexico to Australia. That is exactly what it's in the other one. I don't know why they're repeating that, but it is what it is. So he learns about plate gates. Yep. Sam defeats the giant BT that appears. They're just repeating again, and watches the remainder of Deadman's message, which shockingly reveals that there is another BB with the same serial number as Lou, BB28, and that Deadman has actually died and gone to his beach. So it looks like they just kind of copied it for this next one, so whatever. Sam takes Lou's present that Deadman has prepared and heads home, where Fragile and Lou are waiting. But upon return to his shelter, Sam is met with a further tragedy. While he was gone, Fragile and Lou were attacked by a group of unidentified assailants, all clad in red. Fragile risked her life to try and save Lou, but was unable to. The particle form of Lou that Sam sees in his BB pod was basically something resembling a BT. Lou was dead, and Sam's grief plunges him into a state of deep despair. And then he makes up oh, my Lou is still there. Yeah, Lou is not here, bro. This one it actually goes and links to another delivery. The delivery is deliver the present to Lou, for Lou. Deliver the present for Lou, the present that Deadman gave him. I believe it was. I didn't actually say it here, but I do believe it was just vaccines. Oh no, it does actually say it right here. Okay, the Cairo network has been expanded to southern Mexico. You eliminated a giant BT threat and have successfully completed Fragile's request. All records of Sam having absconded from the UCA have been deleted, meaning he no longer needs to live in hiding. All that remains is to return home, where Lou and Fragile are waiting. I like that in films, right? Where everything seems good. They always do this. All he has to do is return home and everything's gonna be okay, but it's not. But it's everything's working out. He no longer needs to hide. He just needs this one time. He just needs to return home and everything's good. No, it's not. Deadman has given you a present for Lou. It's a BB pod shaped case containing infant vaccines and a keyring in the shape of an angel. Return home and deliver Lou's present. We did talk about that shape of an angel thing. It's in the creature video, so you can check that out. But it's an actual creature. It's just like a replica. But yeah, check that in the creature video. And then you can see about that. But yeah, the BB pod, that's what I was going to say. It has vaccines. But then it said it there. Good thing they put that there. And then we have the journey to Australia. This is like where the game really kicks off now. Sam successfully connects Mexico to the Cairo network, only to sink into the depths of despair after learning that Lou has been killed. In order to get Sam back on his feet, Fragile proposes a new mission to bring the continent of Australia onto the Cairo network as well. The mission isn't over. That's my words. Sam joins up with the DHV Magellan. I think they usually say Magellan. I honestly don't really care which way it said. It's both kind of sounds fine. Drawbridge's mobile base and encounters new comrades, including Tarman and Dollman. He also lots of mans. Notice there's no something woman. It's always mans. The women have like a name. You know, you got Tomorrow, you got Rainy, you got Fragile. You know, but the mans, they gotta have Dollman, Tarman. Don't ask me. Ask Kojima why he did that. You know, imagine if it was like Fragile Woman. You know what I mean? Like, they could do that. He also meets Drawbridge's patron, Charlie, as well as, well, that's actually an example. Charlie is one that is kind of doesn't have man next to it. He also meets Drawbridge's patron, Charlie, as well. I don't like how the sentence is. I would like them to say as well as, but they just say as well APAC's president. I'm gonna say as well as APAC's president, the person behind his current mission as they make their, the person behind his current mission as they make their way to Australia. Whoa, okay, this sentence is interesting. Let me read that again. He also meets Drawbridge's patron, Charlie, as well as APAC's president, the person behind his current mission. As they wait, this sentence is different. Wait, let me do that again. Wait, I do have to read it like that. Wow. He also meets Drawbridge's patron, Charlie, as well as APAC's president, the person behind his mission, the person behind his current mission as they make their way to the Australian continent, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me continue, bro. The president explains Sam's main objective. If all Australia can be connected to the Cairo network, then a new plague gate will appear, as it did in Mexico, connecting the other continents. If Sam is able to connect the entire world, it will serve as a first step in saving humanity from the death stranding. Surely, buddy, surely that'll happen. The DHV Magellan, this is the thing that's connected to it. There's a order connected to it. Connect the Australian plague gate terminal to the Cairo network. The DHV Magellan, the mobile base of Drawbridge, the organization... Can we stop doing this? The DHV Magellan, I know it's probably right the way it's spelled and written, but I'm just stupid. The DHV Magellan, the mobile base of Drawbridge, the organization led by Fragile, has appeared in front of Sam, inviting him aboard. Drawbridge have been tasked with connecting North America to Australia using the Cairo network. The Death Stranding will lead to the extinction of humanity if they fail their mission. Fragile has asked for Sam's help, embarking on another journey similar to the one in which he established the UCA, should also help Sam to grieve and recover from his loss of his little baby. So yeah, she thinks that it'll help him recover from his loss because he's getting busy, you know, and then she just wants his help as well. The first step is to pass through the plate gate, which connects Mexico to Australia, then connect the Cupid to the terminal on the other side. And that's what they did. Then we have bringing West Fortn into the fold. In an attempt to overcome the devastating grief he feels following Lou's death, Sam sets out on a mission to connect Australia and save humanity from the threat of the Death Stranding. That's a really big thing to do. He did in the first one though, and it didn't really work, but it is what it is. Immediately after arriving in West Fortn, a mysterious man in a red mask appears in front of Sam, taunting him by saying, "You don't know a thing about Lou." The word is a swear. I can't say it. I don't swear. At least I try not to. You know, keep it PG. The man then summons a giant mech, which Sam defeats before connecting F1 to the Cairo network. Alright, and this one's also connected to a mission. Sam has destroyed the communications disruptor, and the anomalies in the car turns have died down. Tarman is taken to referring to the device responsible as a Cairo jammer. In the meantime, jets of tar have spouted from the ground near West Fortn, F1, and a group of warriors clad in red have been spotted there, along with a giant black shadow. It seems the tar currents remain turbulent in the area, and the local people are helpless to act. The city cannot be connected to the Cairo network in its current state. To connect F1 to the Cairo network, you need to eliminate the cause of the tar eruptions. You need to eliminate the cause of the tar eruptions. A tough battle lies ahead. Make sure you're adequately prepared. So yeah, this was the first boss in the game that you fight, and that's what it's talking about. We'll talk about that boss later on when we finally, very much finally, get to the video talking about mechs. But anyway, we got connecting the Northern Environmental Observatory. By the way, let me talk about the images we just the few ones we just saw. So the journey to Australia was just an image of the D Street Magellan, resting out of the tar. The one about bringing West Fortn into the fold was just an image of the plague gate. And then this next one is connecting the Northern Environmental Observatory, and it's actually talking about it, or it's showing a picture of Higgs with the boss in the background. Higgs is just putting his hands up to the side and stuff. Like he's just saying, welcome, or look what we have here, or something like that. This one's also connected to a order as well, just like the last one. So anyway, Higgs appears in connecting the Northern Environmental Observatory. Higgs appears in front of Sam and tries to prevent him from carrying out his mission. Sam defeats the giant mech that Higgs summons, then connects West Fortn and Rainbow Valley to the Chiral network before joining up with Rainey and the drawbridge crew. Sam's last destination was the Northern Environmental Observatory, where he delivered a large number of aid packages from F1. Then the order that's related to it is deliver all aid packages to the Northern Environmental Observatory. Your next port of call is the Northern Environmental Observatory. Briggins and BTs have been seen in the local area, and the facility is running low on the essential resources it needs to operate. See, this is actually like story stuff that they're talking about with some of these. Like there's 62 of those deliveries that like, and a lot of them are unrelated to like all these story stuff, but even those ones have like little bits of story that I want to get into at some point. But yeah, and the facility is running low on the essential resources it needs to operate. West Fortn F1, however, has enjoyed a surplus of supplies since Sam restored the mine to the north of the city, and should be able to spare some for the observatory. This would be a long journey involving a large amount of cargo. Consider your route and traversal methods carefully, and make sure you equip yourself with everything you might need before setting off. Completing this order is essential if the facility is to continue to operate. Deliver all the aid packages to the Northern Environmental Observatory. Okay, we don't actually have much more. So hey, let's get into this one. Trapped in a strange realm. Shortly after extending the Chiral network to the Northern Environmental Observatory, Sam is dragged into the strange realm, where he battles an unidentified man and eventually manages to defeat him. And this one is connected to escape the strange realm order. While investigating tar current anomalies near the Northern Environmental Observatory, Sam is suddenly engulfed by a powerful jet of tar. Sam wakes up in a battle-ravaged city where he encounters an unidentified man and a group of skeletal soldiers. You need to find your way out of this place by whatever means necessary. The identified man would appear to hold the key to doing so. Find the man and escape the mysterious place. Find the man and escape the mysterious place. Actually, this is also connected to another thing. The strange realm Nirvana, which we already looked at in another video, so I won't go over it too much. So yeah, I'll just leave that there. That was in, I believe, it might have been the Phenomena video. Go check it out. I don't remember, but it's one of those. Then we have the Disarmament of the Briggins. Shortly after extending the Chiral network to the Northern Environmental Observatory, Sam is dragged into a strange realm where he battles an unidentified man. Sam defeats him and returns to reality with some kind of chrysalis in tow. The drawbridge crew discover a young woman inside the chrysalis, and Fragile names her Tomorrow. Sam manages to safely disarm the Briggins by recovering the cache of powerful ornaments they had been storing in their outpost. And that's related to a mission: recover all weapon sets and burying bombs stolen by the Briggins. The staff of the Northern Environmental Observatory have discovered several pieces of cargo containing weapons and equipment. Among them also appears to be some kind of device, dismantled into several pieces. The cache washed up in the tar to the north of the Environmental Observatory. But was immediately seized by the hands of the Briggins and taken to their base in the west. The hands part, I added that myself. It sounded right. The Northern Environmental, I have to make sure that you know that is not verbatim. The Northern Environmental Observatory suspects the Briggins intend to use the equipment to upgrade their weapons systems, and have already recorded several underground explosions thought to be caused by burying bombs recovered from the stranded cargo. The ornaments pose a severe threat to both the Northern Environmental Observatory as well as drawbridge. The utmost caution is needed. Open combat may trigger the detonation of yet more burrowing bombs. To protect the observatory, recover all the weapon sets and burying bombs stolen by the Briggins. Okay, that's pretty cool. We have, that was pretty much half, but I will do at least one or two more. So the one we're on right now, by the way, I gotta look at the image of those ones. The images, the one where we're trapped in the strange realm was like just a tar thing going up in the air. And the image of the disarmament of the Briggins was an image of the chrysalis with Fragile inside. And then we have the next one, which is Reunion, connecting Hartman's lab. Tomorrow has been starting to open up to the Drawbridge crew, but now she's disappeared. Sam goes out to look for her and is attacked by mechanical hostiles. But who should come to his aid but Tomorrow? But Tomorrow herself. But who should come to his aid but Tomorrow herself? But who should come to his aid but Tomorrow herself, using her Doom's abilities to neutralize the mechs. Sam and Tomorrow return to the DHV Magellan together. Sam's next port of call is the lab operated by his old friend Hartman, to whom he needs to deliver some tar magnetite. Okay, then we have breakable cargo. Deliver tar magnetite to Hartman's lab. The next location that must be connected to the Cairo network is a laboratory operated by Hartman, as well as giving Sam an opportunity to reunite with his old friend. Connecting the lab will allow Hartman to join forces with Drawbridge. Before doing so, however, he has asked you to bring him some tar magnetite, like a magnet in a compass. The substance can be used to determine direction on the beach and will greatly advance Hartman's research. The Dowser's friend went through much to secure the magnetite, including capture by the armed survivalists. The substance is extremely delicate, so it has been designed as breakable cargo. So it has been designed as breakable cargo. Take great care when transporting it. Deliver the tar magnetite to Hartman's lab to help with his research efforts. Actually, there's a thing linked to this that we haven't talked about. It's a mineral. We haven't talked about this. Maybe we'll get to it more in another video, but we might as well mention it. Tar magnetite, a material found within the tar flows. Ordinary magnetite is a naturally magnetic substance that has been used in nautical navigation since antiquity. These big words, bro. Tar magnetite has similar properties, but gets its bearings not from the earth, but the beach. But from the beach instead. Using the substance has improved the precision with which coordinates on the beach and our world can be correlated. Tar magnetite is essential for the development and operation of the transponder. Yeah, that transponder that's like free teleporting, you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll get into that another time if we get to that. But that's going to be the last one for this video because I don't want to make it too long. It's getting around 30 minutes. I want to make these ones a little bit longer, but not too long. So we'll end it there for this episode and we'll just continue in the next one to finish up the rest. There's not too many. I'll honestly just record it right now. I'm just going to record it right after I end this video. So this video has gone through some really interesting parts of it. That's like pretty much half the game. The rest of it is going to be more exciting stuff though. Though honestly, if I'm being real, the beginning of the game has cooler stuff in it. Like I like the story elements more in the beginning of the game compared to the end of the game, which it just kind of starts to rush a little bit too much. But yeah, that image was just an image of that last one. The reunion connecting Hartman's lab was just an image of Tomorrow. And the next one will start with bringing East Fortn into the fold. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, dislike if you didn't, subscribe for more W content. We do everything on the channel. We do lore, as you're seeing with this video. You'll see on my channel we do a lot of lore. We definitely do a lot of lore. It will continue to do a lot of lore. I really like video game lore. I like exploring. It's kind of a thing that I like to do. So if you like video game lore, you're gonna like the channel. I do it a lot. It's like a thing that doesn't always get views on my channel. It doesn't always, but it's the thing that I like to do. You know, it's something that not everyone watches, but hey, it's something I like. And if you like it, hey, this is the place for you. You know what I mean? Because I like doing it regardless if people watch it because it's just fun. And honestly, it's not even do that bad either. You know, it's kind of fine. But other than that, I do tons of videos on tons of different games. You know, I live stream as well. I do a bunch of stuff on other different games. I do sometimes gameplay, not like let's play. I only do that on like live stream, but otherwise I just do, you know, sometimes just funny gameplay highlights. Sometimes I'll do just, you know, different creative videos like skits and stuff. You know, I kind of just do whatever, you know what I mean? So there's a bunch of stuff. Sometimes I'll do news, reviews, you know what I'm saying? All that different stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? If you are interested in any of that stuff, check out my channel, see if you like anything, and then subscribe so you can see more of whatever you like to watch from the channel. So I hope you enjoyed that and I hope you enjoy the channel, you know what I mean? Let's get to the 500 sub mark that we're trying to go to real quick. We're going to get there pretty soon, so help out. Thank you. That's nice of you to do. Comment down below what you think about this video. Let me know any thoughts you got. Let me know in the comments down below. And with that being said, watch the video on the screen right now. That's going to be amazing. Hopefully it's the next part of this video. If it's not, then it's not, but go ahead and watch the next part of this video if you want to. Hopefully it's there, honestly. Hopefully it's just sitting there. Hopefully that's the next video that's in front of your face right now. If it's not, just click that video. It's probably good anyway.